So here's to you, Dad. I am sorry. I am so sorry I let you down. Even from the inside of jail, you never for a second stopped being an amazing father to me. Living without you is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I miss you so much all the time. And when I think of you, I can't help but cry because I want to know you, but I don't. That is a pain I cannot bear. You may have missed some key moments in my life, but I won't hesitate to fill you in once you're out here with me every day. I have missed you my whole life, and I don't want to miss you anymore. It doesn't matter what age we are when you get out, because I will always be a daddy's girl. I know true strength and patience because of you.
Welcome to Live with ABFIVE, the voice of the Bronx. And we are back live with ABFIVE. This is episode 16. I'm very excited for today's show. But first, we have a sponsor. And where is the sponsor? Today's show is sponsored by Corona Barbershop Plus, where hair meets style, established in 2003. They are located at 9417 37th Ave in Queens, New York. The owner, Dio, my man, I met him twice and he's dope. He has been cutting hair since 1998. He then opened his own shop, which is Corona Barbershop Plus. Once again, Dio, one love, baby. Thank you for hiring my brother many years ago. And thank you for your support. We're going to be in contact. You know, great dude. And this is why we are here. So the Corona Barbershop Plus is where my guest is working currently, last 7 years. He is SeandaBarber, and we have SeandaBarber here today. Yeah. We have his daughter Talia. We have his wife Renee. And quick summary of this story and how it touched me and why I agreed to do it. Sean, we met twice already. We've been on the phone for 2-3 months.
Yep.
We came across because I did the interview with Pito.
Yes, and I saw you. I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah,
and I reached out to him.
Yes, sir.
I said, "Yo, I like his style."
Yeah, and then so we hooked up. You told me your story. It touched me because I didn't want to do another jail interview, because I didn't want to be that. Oh, this guy's jail, or you don't want to fall into a pattern. But when we met, I took the meeting, got my haircut. Oh, by the way, this is a SeandaBarber haircut. This ain't. I'm keeping it genuine. I'm not interviewing a barber with another barber's cut. No, this is a SeandaBarber style cut.
Thank you.
So thank you, brother. You're kind of far, but I'll keep visiting you. Don't worry about it.
I know.
So you told me about your story. You got incarcerated at a young age. And your daughter has something to do with that. Your wife has something to do with that.
Yes.
So that's pretty much the summary for the people. But this is how I like to start my show. Thank you, all of you, for your time. You don't get time back. Time is precious. So the fact that you're dedicating this time to talk to me, and you're supporting my show, and I'm supporting your story, and we just helping each other out. And that part for your time, I appreciate it. And I also like to start born and raised. Every interview, born and raised, because you know what? You got to get to the roots. So take it away, Mr. Sean.
Well, born and raised in South Bronx, Hunts Point.
Ooh, another Hunts Point guy.
Yeah, that's right, man. Hunts Point, man. Monida, never forget it. That was my stomping grounds for a couple of years.
Okay, and let's get I don't want to blow you up, but what age are we talking about? By not when you were born, but when you're in the streets. 10, 12, 13. Early 90s.
Yeah. No, 80s. Yeah, I was hitting the streets early, man. I have a 39-year-old son, so that tells you I started early.
Okay, so Hunts Point in the late 80s, early 90s was Hunts Point.
Yeah, it was the grind. Yeah.
This is a Bronx show. Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. This is Live with ABFIVE, the voice of the Bronx. I'm not used to it yet, but I want to put it out there. I'm the voice of the Bronx, and we have another Bronx story, another Hunts Point story, which is great.
So okay, so you run in the streets, teenagers. How's the family? Your mom is strict. Your dad is strict.
Nah,
Are they around?
it was really my mom's, man. My father just passed away on the 25th, just recently. We went out to Florida. So yeah, no, thank you, appreciate it. But it was just my mom's, man. You know what I mean? And my brothers, my sisters growing up in Hunts Point, basically.
So mom controlling.
Not really, man. Like, yo, I never got spanked. I never. She didn't. I
No,
did what I did.
my point is, she was holding it down with
Yeah.
4 of you, 5.
Yeah, it was 4 of us right at the moment. It was 4. There's 4 siblings, brothers and sisters, but there's other siblings outside of that family. But yeah, she held it down. I mean, but I did what I wanted to do.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to get to.
You know what I mean? So.
All right. So yeah. So talk about Hunts Point back then. You know, OGs. You were following people. You were holding it down.
Yeah. I kind of like followed people. Like I see this guy has this nice car, nice chain. I say, yo, you know what? And I like that, man. I like the ring of that. I mean, and yeah, I grew up early in the game. You know what I'm saying? And selling drugs at Monida and Hunts Point and stuff like that. Yeah, man. I just like the cars and the fast life. You know what I mean?
Which is how we get to your first contact with the law, and you don't have to get into detail. You go away the first time. For a situation,
right.
You don't have to get into detail, but just explain what was that.
Well, my first incident was stolen car, but that's here nor there. But yeah, so I got involved. It was the wrong people, wrong time, and I caught a manslaughter. I copped out to it. I had a 3 to 9. I went away, and to me, going away at that time, it wasn't really like I was a kid. I played pool.
It was probably cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Yo, I'm telling you, it was cool. I was like, I played pool. I was playing handball. I was running around. Okay, this is cool. Yeah. And then, it wasn't like a wake up call for me, like now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And yeah, man. Then I came home, man, and just ran the streets again.
Okay, you come home. Now technically. And I don't want to glorify this, but now, that's showing that caught the body.
Yeah.
So now you even more gangster than when you went in.
Yeah, I was a bad kid.
Did that get to your head?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So that got to your head.
I was bad, yeah.
So now you bad, and now you bona fide, certified manslaughter gangster.
Yeah.
Which at that age, we're not, like we said, people, we're not glorifying the kids. Don't do this.
Yes, absolutely.
You ran with it, in other words.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's just fast forward. How long are you home before the second situation?
I was home almost probably 7 months.
Whoa, so we just hit the ground running. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's describe that second situation. From I'm gonna give it my outlook because I don't know the story, and then you just fill in the blank. So from what I saw in the previous clip that you sent me, you killed someone for $5.
Absolutely.
That sounds horrible and stupid and whatever.
It's a good headline.
It's a good headline, right?
It is a good headline.
You killed someone for $5. So, like I said, not to glorify because we don't want to, upset no one. Describe that situation as far as.
And this is why I wanted to be here today in regards to glorifying. I'm not glorifying what happened, that I took this man's life for $5. It wasn't the money. It was the principle. You know what I'm saying? I ran the streets. I got hooked up with the wrong people. I, instead of selling drugs, I became manager of the spot, and it was like I didn't go up there.
You're doing your job. You got to hold it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody owes some money. We got to go get that.
Yeah. I was more or less like just. It wasn't like my intention was to go up there to harm anybody or to like, yo, this guy took money. He owed, and I said, listen, I'm about to get off my shift. I said, let me go up there and collect. You know what I mean? That's it.
Bro, I've smacked plenty of crackheads for owing money. We used to use axe handles. Them things hurt.
Yeah.
So I understand what that mindset is.
Yeah.
It turned out to go the wrong way. He got aggressive.
Yes, because I went up there. He lived in the same building I lived in. So I went up there just getting off my shift. I said, let me go up there, see if he got the money to put back on the books. And I went in the door. He was yelling and screaming. I'm like, yo. And I know this guy. His reputation is always have a knife. This guy. His name is Bear. He always carry a knife with him everywhere he go. And so happened I had one, and he didn't have his. You know what I mean? And I'm like, he's getting at me like, yo, why you in my apartment? I'm like, dude, like, who you talking to? I'm like, I'm like, for real. You know what I mean? Then I said, "Oh, back up," and I just tapped him, just to get him off because he was like too close, and it penetrated his heart, and he bled out. And then, you know, the girl that he was with, I'm screaming at her, she's screaming at me. Oh, she went downstairs. I'm like, yo, don't call the cops. You know what I'm saying, or you're next. I mean, basically. And I went downstairs, followed her, and I did whatever I had to do, and I disappeared for a couple of months. I mean, after my posters everywhere. Yo, we want this guy.
How old were you?
Man, I can't even remember off the top of your head.
I'm only asking because I can't, like, such a fast life, and I was once this age too, but growing up is so much different as a man than it is a girl growing up, but I can't imagine that age range and dealing with
I was in the
such
20s, you know what I mean, 20-something, 25, 20s. I can't remember off the top of my head, it's so long ago, but I was super young and naive at the time.
Don't forget, he's gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The body, he already got a body.
Yeah.
So
Which is even crazier because you were young. That means you were younger.
No, I remember growing up, and those type of friends that I had, those type of individuals in the block, even if they weren't my friends, when they come home, it's like people know he caught a body, and I'm gonna tell you something right now, we fear those people, and if it's not even fear, you know, it's not a game.
Yeah.
So he fed off that.
Right.
You know,
but I was like that. I was like that prior to that. I'm
gang.
I was like, I'm like the people I hung out with. It's like they knew. I lived in that block all my life.
Hunts Point is. I got friends on Hunts Point. I lost friends on Hunts Point. I got friends in Watson. I got friends in Cypress.
Hunts Point has always had a reputation.
It is what it is. It was a time, you know, and it's unfortunate that we lost a lot of brothers.
Yes.
It's unfortunate that a lot of brothers went through your situation. Mm-hmm. A lot of brothers lost parents, cousins. So, you know, it's just, you know, it was a sad situation back then. It is a
sad situation. And like I said, I just grew up with the wrong people. Like, and I really like the way I am now, it's like, yo, I wish this on and nobody to be in prison, like, you know, 25 years of your life. You know what I mean? But like I said, I was so young and naive at the time, and I just like, you know what? I changed it. You don't even understand, man. Like, I'm so grateful.
As you should.
If you meet him now, you would never suspect it. He
exactly.
never tells his...
If you meet people, you know Pito.
Don't tell his story.
He don't look like a body catcher either.
Listen, and that's why I say, like, growing up in that neighborhood, like Wolfpack, that's what, you know, that was the gang back then. Wolfpack was like the Hunts Point. Everybody knew Wolfpack. It was like getting down with that. It was like, I just didn't care, like, more or less. But, you know, I had my son at a young age, and, you know, I mean, you know, and... You know, a lot of things happened with my son, and I wasn't around, me going to prison. You know, my mother bringing my son as little, you know, coming to see me. And it was so hard. It was heartbreaking to see him in the full building, coming to see me, you know what I'm saying? And then she brung her as when she was little. I'm like, damn, I wasted a lot of time, man, in this penitentiary. And that's what they told me. They said, yo, you spent more time in prison than you did out in the world.
Yep. But what's the relationship with your son now?
The relationship with my son is...
Because you
okay.
guys seem super tight.
No, you know, me and my son, me and my son is okay. We cool. He's living in Florida. I have 3 grandkids. He has 3 beautiful children. And, you know, we have our differences, but, you know what I mean? But as me not being a parent, you know what I'm saying? And now trying to be a parent at 53 years old.
I think father-son relationships are completely different than daughter-father relationships. Yeah. So his son's feelings about what happened with him, especially being older than I am, is completely and totally different than mine. So that is kind of why we seem closer or tighter, like you may say.
And he feels his way, cause like, you know, oh, she's in the Bronx, he's out there. Yeah. I don't favor I loved her to death. Like this is, I was not there for her. I was in the penitentiary when they said, oh, listen, I was in Greenhaven, never forget it. I was sentenced to 25 years to life, and they said, listen, call home, your daughter's born.
You're skipping, but we're gonna get there.
You know what I mean? So this is crazy.
I got you. We're gonna get there. All right. So now you're on the run.
Yes.
How long? How long are you on the run?
6 months.
6 months. And you are you nervous? You scared? You feel more gangster?
No. I wouldn't say scared. Tired. I was running out of money. I was tired and jumping.
You was Bronx, or you like Jersey? What you got crazy?
Atlanta.
California?
I went to Atlanta. I was all over. I just I called my other sister Becky. I said, listen,
I never been on the run. What is like? What
it's
is
not fun.
But can you just still walk around?
Yeah, you can still walk around, but you have your hat on low like this and hoodie on and all that stuff.
Head on
but
the
you know
swivel.
what I mean? The head on the swivel. Let me tell you something. It's the worst. Like, I ran out of money. It's just like, running from apartment to apartment. And then it's just, I called my sister Becky. I was like, yo, sis, I'm thinking about going to Atlanta. And I'm like, to see my other sister Dottie. She's been living out there for the longest. And I just popped up at her doorstep. And she was like, what are you doing here? I'm on the run. So...
All right, so let's fast forward. How do you get caught?
I was in Boynton one time, and I went to call my friend Pito to bring my car because I was like, I'm so tired of running. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I said, yo, can you bring my car? Can you bring my car? You know what I mean? And he said, all right, I'll be there. But the cops was there before my car got there.
So someone saw you or whatever.
Yeah,
You don't know how that happened.
I don't know how. I just know I was on the payphone at the corner of Boynton Avenue, and they said, oh, you don't like to go to court? And they had put the guns to my head and everything. Like, oh, and that was the last time I seen the streets.
Damn.
Damn. I said the same thing.
You know what I mean? Because, you never forget the last moment you seen. Like, you're looking around, like, I saw the corner of this block or whatever, and then 25, like, holy crap.
Oh, Boynton what? By the McDonald's on Westchester or Boynton Watson?
Westchester. Watson.
Oh, so it's more in.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, now it's showtime. Now you're locked up. Rikers, I'm assuming.
Yes, Rikers for 3 years.
Lawyers come. What are we doing? Not guilty. How you pleading?
Well, ran out of money, so I had an ATB lawyer because I'm out of money. I'm broke. You know what I mean? Like, literally. So I took an ATB lawyer, and, just like everybody else, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Gotcha. No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me. You didn't catch me there. I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm going to trial.
Going to trial.
Yeah, I'm going to trial.
How long were you in Rikers for? I mean, it's
3
such a
years.
well-known place.
Yeah, so it's 3. Listen, anybody that got a body, they're going to be on Rikers Island for a long period of time.
If they fight.
They fighting it. Everybody's fighting.
Everybody.
Ain't nobody going to say, yo, I killed this guy.
So everybody's fighting. So, okay, 3 years.
3 years and some change fighting it on Rikers Island from facility to facility,
So in those 3 years, you had any other offers?
Yes, I did. They offered me a 4 to 12.
And you said no.
Yeah, I'm innocent. It wasn't me. I'm sticking to my guns.
Okay. So we already touched on it. You blew trial.
Yes.
25 years. Was the offer or 25 years, here you go? There's no, you blew trial, no more offer.
Yeah, there's no more offer. That's
Okay,
it.
so
Your offer was 4 to 12 and you didn't take it.
And you
trial.
said no.
No, there's no. There's
Fighting.
No, you fighting. You go on a trial every day, and they bring a witness or whatever they have.
4 to 12 sounds amazing to me, though, man.
Oh man, to me,
How does 4 to sound 12 to you, Miss Renee?
Fabulous.
It sounds pretty good to me too, Dad.
Okay, so yes. Okay, so here we go. So now this is the good part. You get the double whammy punch to the gut because they tell you 25 to life.
Yeah.
She's already in the belly 8-9 months.
Yeah, she's
Now
cooking.
she's here. You get the call, like you said. So take it from there.
Yeah,
you got that call.
Yeah, so I was sentenced to 25 years of life. You stay on Rikers Island a couple of months, whatever, until they get a bus to get you up north. They sent me to Green Haven, 97, and that's when she was born. I got there in 97. I was double bunk. I'll never forget the guy's name. His name was ER. I was bunking with him, and they came to my cell, and he was like, call home ASAP. I say, what's going on? Your daughter's born.
How he know before you?
No, the counselors, they come.
Oh.
The counselors know. Not the bunkie, but we was in there cooking and just,
okay.
cooking with the stinger and the bags and all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? And so the counselor says, the officer came to the cell because my double bunk cell was like right there. And in E block, they said, oh, your daughter was born. So I'm bawling, crying, like I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I can call, but I'm not going to be there for her. I'm sentenced. I'm never going to see the streets. You know.
So let's go back to the 25 to life, right? Is it like the movies that the judge says 25 to life and boom, like it's like that, or you go to a private room and you're doing?
There's no private room, man. It's right there.
It's right there.
You blow trial. You come back for sentencing. Whatever time they said, your sentencing date is going to be June 20th.
So for 2 months, you don't know what's coming.
Yeah, you don't know what's coming. Then when you get there and you get sentenced, they'll be like, okay, I'm sentencing you to the max of 25 years to life, and that's it. And you just
And what is that like? Because I see, you see in the TikToks all the time. They pass out, they cry, they pretend they can't breathe, they collapse.
That's that's all for the show, man. But me personally, I was just like crying to myself and turn around. My mom's was there, you know what I mean, and I didn't have all my family there. I didn't know what to do. It was just, your hands are tied, more or less. You know what I'm saying? It was.
You pretty much have to deal with it.
That's it.
There's no. But wait, let's talk. There's no. Just go back to the room and let's give the other guy his 25.
That's it.
And
Basically,
just keep it moving.
That's it.
It's the system.
There's nothing I can scream and jump. There's nothing going to change.
No, because they scream. No, on the TV they scream.
That's what I'm saying.
They cry, they faint.
Yeah, we seen that other thing that judge said. Well, you sentenced to this, and he jumped over to that lady judge. It's none of that. They do it. People do it for other reasons. But
he wild out.
Yeah, he went crazy on that one.
I can't remember, but I just knew that looking back and that my life was over.
All right.
But you already knew she was coming too, so you knew when she was going to be due. You knew you were going to be behind bars at that time.
Yeah, so it was kind of like
when she came.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a surprise that she came. It was just I knew she was coming, and I just knew that I was going to be there for her.
Right.
And the counselor call was that because you already knew she was going to be born. Mm-hmm. The same way you knew you was going to get sentenced. So when did reality set in? Before the sentencing or after sentencing?
After.
That's when reality said, "Okay, here we go."
Yeah, I mean, because it was just going to be a tough role. Like, I was rebelling all the time, and like just fighting, just fighting with the officers. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. All right, you're going to get keep locked. You this, and that. The whole process. I mean, because I wasn't trying to really, you know what I mean? I'm not following your rules, man. I'm not a good guy to follow rules.
And now you got to follow 25 years of rules.
Yeah. But even then, I fought the system a long time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Got in trouble, fighting or whatever. Yo, you got to be locked in. I ain't locking in. I ain't doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm just.
You just pissed off.
Yeah, just pissed off at the world.
You got trouble with authorities.
Trouble with authority, getting tickets or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then to speed forward that, 11 years prior to me going to my first parole board, I woke up. I had to stop. I couldn't.
You lost me. Come back.
I had 11 years prior to me going to my first parole board on this 25 years to life sentence. I had to stop.
So it took 10 plus years for you to be like, okay,
let me chill.
Yeah, because
thank you. Because he lost me.
Let me chill. And then
it took 10 years for you to say, you know what? I might go home one day.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly
so 10 years of wilding out.
I mean, I can only imagine 25 years.
Running around. No.
The box, all types of
the whole
shit.
9 yards, all that good stuff, and just rebelling. I didn't like nothing. Oh, I got to turn my light off. I just didn't care.
Everything.
And I was still innocent. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
two bodies.
I was still innocent. Check it, because you get to appeal these decisions through Court of Appeals, federal, and all this other stuff. You get the Court of Appeals, Appellate Division, and federal. I was still innocent. I was like, no, I didn't do this. I
got you.
You understand? So I was still maintaining my innocence until all my remedies were done. And that when it was 11, like you said, 10, 15 years later, I'm like, wait a minute. I can't do this.
Gotcha.
It's not gonna work.
When do you because I want to talk about your talents of your name, SeandaBarber. So, and those
he's not just a barber; he's a tattoo artist as well.
You told me about that. All right, so both talents in jail. Are you using them right away, or you started after the 10 years that you said, you know what, let me start doing good
haircuts was off day one.
As soon as you walked in.
Yeah, as soon as I didn't play haircuts.
Is that a privilege to be a barber? How does that?
No, it's not a privilege. You just got to know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, it might not look good for you.
Talking to my dad, when we would get the phone calls, he would talk about how he was in school and he was in cooking class and all these things, and I'm like, how? Like, how do you get all of these things? And it's actually so real.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Me and Pito, I think November, October, we're gonna have a how to survive in jail episode. We're talking about weapons, how to make weapons. We're gonna talk about how to cook. Mm-hmm. We're gonna talk about how you survive, because you can survive in Gen Pop, but there's a way to survive in the box.
Yes.
So stay tuned, buddy.
Yo, I'm in. Yo.
Stay tuned till it's
Yo,
coming.
that's fire. That's
So
I'm with that.
all right, so in those your first 10 years, in your or your whole 25, how did your family, besides obviously your daughter, how much support did you have? Did you have tons of support? Let's talk about your son. Matter of fact,
he wound up going off to Florida, and he got in trouble with the law himself and all that stuff. But we wasn't like he come to see me. My mother would bring him, which is her grandmother would bring him to the certain point where he went off with his life. But I had a support as my sister Becky, Dorothy, Kim.
Yeah, shout out. We got a shout out. They take that bus up there.
Yeah,
Come on, they need a shout out.
Yeah, so I seen them more when I was closer to New York.
Oh, they do that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they all came to see.
How many, you said Greenhaven?
Greenhaven's closer. That's my first spot, yeah.
And then where you go, how many?
I went to Greenhaven, I went to Sullivan, I went to Clinton, I went to Auburn, I went to a couple of spots, yeah.
Okay. Elmira, no?
No, I never been in the
That's
L.
adolescent. I think Pito said that's adolescent.
Yeah, I never been to the L. I wasn't unfortunately go to Sing Sing and all that stuff.
Okay, so the star of the show. Are you ready?
Yeah.
When do you said as soon as the umbilical cord fell off, so you had her newborn, right? The visits were newborn.
Right. Her mother brung her when her umbilical cord fell off. She said, "I will bring your daughter to you as soon as that falls off."
And that's love.
And that's love.
Can she get a shout out?
Yeah.
Shout out my mom. Love you.
Yeah. Francis, you know, man, she made it, and she made sure she came.
She didn't have to do that.
No, she didn't. But she came frequently enough. Until, after a couple of years, it's like it gets tiring.
No, it gets tiring.
You know what I mean? To travel and money or whatever the case might be.
And you said it can't get further and further.
Yeah.
An 8-hour trip could turn into 16.
Yeah.
Could turn into 4. Could turn into 12.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So,
I remember.
Show love to the mom.
Yeah, I remember her waking up really early in the morning. We would have to get in a van that would take us there. I'm already old enough at this point. When I was younger, my grandmother would take me. We didn't have to take a van because she would drive her burgundy van and she would just take us. But when, unfortunately, she passed away, it became a lot harder to come see him. Exactly. So my mom would have to schedule these vans that would come pick us up somewhere like right there on 170, and we would meet this man there, and there'll be a bunch of people riding in there just to go meet their people.
Yeah.
And I remember one time it became extremely hard for my mom. She was like, it's hard to take you up there because I have to see you on your way back, and it's crying. I'm crying a lot of the time on my way back for hours. You're not used to.
And we're still what, 11, 12, 13, 14?
Yeah, I'm young.
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 Oh,
yeah.
7, 8, 9.
No,
probably like 9, 10, right there. Okay. 11, there's pretty good age range, and
and I never did the visit. When you get to the visit, is it? And mind you, I said this in my first gangster interview. I've never been to jail in my life. I've never the time. I have no idea. So my questions are coming from a pure, never been to jail ass person.
Okay.
Don't judge me.
No worries.
These questions are so valid right now.
No judge.
Is it like this? Hey, or is it glass? Like, I'm
like
going based off movies.
Like he said, he would move prisons a lot.
So it depends.
So it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
You got mid and max.
Yeah.
Right. Max is always max. Only time you'll be in the glass if you did something, like if you was passing drugs or something and you get caught, they put you behind the glass. It's a punishment. But most of the time it was just like this.
It would be a table across one like this.
She'd sit there, I'll sit here.
Yeah.
And I remember one day we was in Greenhaven. We sat at this high table and I came over and she remembered. She said, "Hey, Dad." She remembered my face. Seeing me, and it was just, and I was like, "What's up, Talia?" She said, "My name ain't Talia. My name is Ice Princess." I said, "Excuse me?" Like, okay, but it was she grew up in the penitentiary with me as time went on. After her moms couldn't come no more, and then my mother would come and bring us so much.
You know what I want to know? You know how kids, they want to be 18 to smoke, they want to be 21 to drink. When you turned the age that you can go by yourself, was that a thing?
I never went by myself.
Never? Mm-mm. Oh, because he got released before? Or you just didn't want to?
I never even thought about going by myself. That never even crossed me. It was so far. Yeah, it never even crossed my mind to go by myself.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you was like, yes, I could go by myself now.
No.
That never happened.
I honestly that never even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
What the hell? That could have went by myself.
Exactly.
And I'm sitting here waiting for my mom forever.
And that's most, at a certain age, you can go on your own, having an ID and all that stuff.
But probably from your point of view, you don't want your daughter fucking on a bus with strangers.
Trust me,
So,
I know. It didn't even cross my mind, but I just knew that when my
That's
mom's,
not happening.
when
But
my
yeah.
mom's passed, you know what I mean? But we stood in contact like a lot. I mean, you know, through cards and stuff.
It
you
became
know,
extremely
it
hard.
Became, you know what I mean?
Saying goodbye is traumatizing over and over again. You have to say bye to your dad. You're only sitting there talking to him for what? It would be like 6 hours,
Yeah,
maybe
6
like 5
hours, yeah.
hours, and then I have to leave. And even over the phone, you get the little automated person. You have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, imagine growing up and you constantly have to say goodbye. You constantly have to say bye.
You know what I want to know, and because I have a daughter, I've thank God I've never been in this situation. So what touches me is the daddy-daughter relationship because I have a daughter. Shout out Kayla, holla.
Love you.
I love you. Yes.
Yes.
We love you.
That's right.
Okay. I just lost my train of thought. The fuck I was talking about.
Daddy daughter.
Yeah,
Daddy
you were
daughter.
talking, and I was telling how saying bye and stuff like that. You never
Saying bye. Okay. What was your going back to yourself thing?
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Oh yeah.
Because I was crying the whole way
Right.
home. I was
That-
in
I
tears
got
the
help
whole
right
way.
now.
Listen, I kind of like the beginning because this is one thing I never forget. I never forgot this when she was little, and they used to come up. So I used to throw her in the air all the time. And she said, "Do it again, do it again, do
Like
it
a
again."
weight.
Like a weight, like always pick her up, pick her up, pick her up, and she would do that for hours. And then those times going back was really tough. Then after time went on and you know she got older, you know it was tough. But I was like, I know I'm gonna see her again.
It
and all
became
this
more
stuff.
tough for me
Yeah,
as
for
I got
her, yeah.
older because now I'm way more aware.
But wasn't that like the norm for you?
It became
Your
the
first
norm, yeah.
experience with him was behind
Behind bars, yeah. But I honestly don't even remember the very first time. My childhood memory is completely shoddy, if I can be honest.
Yeah.
But all I do remember is it was easier as a kid. It was easier to just go and play and then leave. And then now I'm 11, 12, and I'm like
What? And
in
I don't-
shambles.
I don't want to bring up like bad memories, but
No, yeah. That's what we're here for.
graduations. 316.
Yeah, that's what it says.
First
That's-
boyfriend. First
It's a-
boyfriend. Like,
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
what do you do?
I think the graduations was the hardest part for me
Yeah,
because
you got kindergarten. That sucked. That's the
every
best
single
one
one.
for me. Like my son graduates now. He's like, hey, let's go to McDonald's. Like he don't give a shit.
Yeah,
let's
that
go
was
to
really
Jimbo's. But the kindergarten one,
Yeah, man.
it's so cute, and they think it's the biggest thing in the world. They you know, my son graduated, and he is still on the fridge, and he's like, oh, he's so like those type of moments.
Yeah.
Where was your head state? Like, I
think-
can't wait to talk to my dad later or whatever.
I think the hardest graduation was 8th grade. I was extremely sad. It was more noticeable that, you know, I don't have my dad in the crowd, and it sucked. It really did. It weighs on a kid, especially if not just a incarcerated household. If you're a single mom or a single dad, you're missing something when you see everybody else and they seem full. It seems
Yeah.
a little less.
But I was there for you when you graduated for the GED
Yes,
test.
which is
I
crazy.
made that
All
one.
my life, I had worried that I
it
would
was on
never,
already?
I would never have
Oh,
him
nice.
at my graduation. I would graduate everything. I would have graduated high school, college, everything, and he would never have sat through any of it. And now it didn't happen that way. I sucked at school so bad. It
Yeah.
took so long to finally graduate. When he finally did come out, I was able to graduate.
We got to touch on that. Was that a no dad around thing? Rebelling kind of?
I had a therapist in school, an anger management counselor, who actually told me the reason why I'm rebelling is because I have a parent incarcerated. I remember that very specifically, and I didn't understand why they would correlate the two things together. Like, what does me being misbehaving here in class have to do with my dad being arrested? Like, I didn't like that. It made me more angry because I didn't seem like they understood where I was coming from. But as an adult, you know, maybe it was. I was a single parent household, and she wasn't as strict and as on top of it as, let's say, two parents would be in a household. So I was very rebellious in school.
Oh, no. Now, my son is 12. And my daughter, Kayla, she's 28 now. But me and her mom weren't together. And me and my current baby mom ain't together. Yes, I'm a great guy, by the way. Don't laugh, man. Yes, I broke up twice, goddammit. But we, not to just to make a point,
Yeah.
we co-parent, we both co-parents very well. It does make a difference.
Yeah.
When I get that call, your son's fucking up. Your son this, and now I come from this, so we just jump him.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't got that.
And I got, I just the one mom,
So you're
and
like,
she's
yeah,
not
you,
really like.
you get used to the mom voice.
Yeah.
You need the
It
dad.
really doesn't work because they used to call. When I used to call home, they're like, "All right," Francis used to say, "Oh, your daughter's going across the street with some guy, blah blah blah. She's
And
doing
you would
that."
ask her,
Oh,
you're
she
like,
was
"What's
bad."
going on?
And I asked her what's going on. She said, "Well, your daughter's gonna tell you she got locked up. This, yeah, whatever.
Oh my God, yeah. I got arrested once before. My mom was traumatized. She was scared for her life.
25 to life.
Yo, it was just crazy. She started too. And it's just, her mother's like, speak to your daughter. And I'll be calling her, and we'd chop it up a lot, you know what I mean? And then, but it's just.
But I'm going to tell you something right now. It could have, God bless those that did that and went through that. She could have got into real trouble.
Exactly,
you know
exactly.
And it took that one single time for me. Once I felt those handcuffs on my wrist, never again in my life did I want to get in trouble with the law. That was like traumatizing, and I can imagine how my mom felt because that's like triggering.
Yeah.
Extremely.
But I just wanted to say that, like, a lot of times Sean feels very guilty. He feels like he was a bad father because he was behind bars. But the truth of the matter is, he was the best father that he could be, considering his circumstances.
100%.
Sure was.
Because my father was free in the world.
Mine was too. My dad was in Puerto Rico living his best life.
Best life,
right.
yeah.
So I always tell him, like, don't feel guilty. I mean, you were in a bad situation, which is what caused you to not be there for your kids as much as you would have liked to, but you still did the best that you could, considering your circumstances. He would send the money. He would,
he sure did.
Have her come and visit. His son.
He sent annual birthday. He sent money.
Barbershop money.
Let's talk about how
tattoo money.
Wait. Let's talk about all the way from
tattoo.
prison. Let's talk about this one. All the way from prison, he sent over money just so I can get on a flight to Florida and be with his side of the family because I didn't want to be home anymore. Like, I didn't like my situation. All the way from prison. And I annually sent birthday cards. There was no reason for me to hate this man. Like, it sucks that you're in a situation
and
that you're in.
You know what? That was a great point you just made.
Like, there's just
he is rocking.
Yeah.
This nigga's a jail dad, 25-year rock star.
He is killing it.
And then some of them don't do it. You know what happens? They get child support. You ain't. I try to take care. I tried. I swear to God, I tried every day, man. Like, I know she didn't have money for the bus. I make sure. And then, like I said, I tattoo everybody. I tattoo in the yard. Get a couple of $100. I'm cutting hair, trading cigarettes and all that. I tried, bro.
Usually people are sending him money, but like I said, he feels
so you got some hustle. He got some hustles in there. He got the tattoo hustle. He got the barbershop hustle.
He was cooking.
Oh, cooking. Yep. Cooking. Yep.
He's talented.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing.
And making cards, drawing for people for cigarettes. I will draw, like if we were locked up together and you need a card for this person. Mother's Day coming around, I make a whole bunch of cards and then I have them lined up.
Oh, because you're an artist.
He's an artist.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's amazing.
Sure is.
All right, so let's touch on the you and the Pito relationship. Not only him, because I know you're also part of that. When you do parties, when he does parties, what is that tight niche of jail camaraderie that we come home, I come home, you come home, if we're on the right path, because me and Pito,
that's what we don't.
Did the same thing.
Exactly. We don't mess with anybody that's not on the right path. We the team we have.
You come home and you gangster. We ain't fucking.
No, that's it. We ain't doing it. That's how, like Pito, Mary Machete, Vic, my boy Ice. Big shout out to them. When you saw that picture that we was at his house. Was a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, we throw parties up there just for all of us that did so much time and that you see us all doing well. You told
me everyone in that picture was
everybody
20, 30 plus.
Yes, and my wife was there also. She's what Drake said, started from the bottom of his head. She was there because she started when I was at my bottom, and so she was there for me the whole time. So going to these events to see my brothers that we was in penitentiary. We just went to one recently that Warrior put together, and I wasn't gonna go, and me and my wife went, and it was the best time of my life because I seen all the brothers that I was with in the penitentiary. It was just amazing.
That must be, I don't know what word to use.
Right, like what feeling must that be?
You take over that question, because it must be crazy.
You guys are behind bars for so long, and then now you're outside and you're doing the right thing, and you guys can actually party. You guys can actually have fun. You can go to the store and get a freaking
snack.
That's why we have a lot in common. And let me tell you something.
Fried steak, ribs,
all that.
It's your house, it's his house.
Anything you want. There's no limits on you guys.
That's right. Listen,
there's no limits on you guys.
There's no limit. That's why I'm so grateful that I'm here, and that we all have the same niche in regards to coming home. when I came, the phone, social media, posting this, posting that. And then we all was
so
like
worried
that.
about
It's
that.
like, I'm like, and she used to tell me that a lot, like, yo, calm down with that. We all did it. Like, we all come up, it's just, this phone is amazing. Like, we didn't have this when I went away. Like, so just do this and be on social media and doing TikToks and doing edit sheet. Like,
Better
I
at
learned
TikToks
that.
than I.
Like, yo,
Like,
I
how?
learned. I just
Oh no, the Corona Barbershop. Them niggas got a movie going on.
Yeah, I don't play.
They got their own.
Why?
They got
Why?
their own YouTube.
I mean, when he came home, we got him an iPhone, and I was so worried about him being able to adjust into the world because social media and all of this is. And he just jumped right into it. He likes to talk. He likes to be in front of the camera.
I don't play.
Like, I was
Sometimes
shocked.
he put too much, and I was
Yeah, and I calmed down a lot. I calmed down because I have another page, and I calmed down and posting a lot of stuff. And I say, you know what? It's not for everybody. But on my barber page, I'm posting. Like I posted yesterday, I posted the other day. I'm always posted on my barber page because the more people, I want people to know who I am before they sit in my chair. I want to know, they see this logo, SeandaBarber. They see my hats. They see my clothes. When you sit in my chair, you see my work, and be like, yo, matter of fact, the guy that I posted yesterday, he said, the reason why I sat in your chair, because I saw a collabo you did with this girl, Vian, and I'm here today to get that same deal. I said, okay, we're going to shoot a video.
Nice.
So that's why I want people to say that he knew me before he sat in my chair. That's what I want. That's why when you come in the shop, I want to be on time. I want to be punctual. Like when you walked in, your appointment is here. I want to, cleaning my stuff and move on. This is what I do.
Yeah, his work ethic is.
I love it. I love it. This is my bread and meat. And I'm saying it to come home. And I used to tell my wife all the time, oh, I'm just a stupid barber. I don't have to make it. And she said, stop saying that. You're not a stupid barber, man. You know what I mean? I used to, like, I downplay myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? But, I just the way it is. And she never be like, oh, I did this, I did that. And we just keep it moving as a good team.
The support is amazing, bro. And I'm glad that you had that, bro, because a lot of people don't, man.
Yeah.
How many, you don't know the answer to this, but how many of your brothers or people that you clicked up with or whatever, like, have nothing, bro? Not even a letter. Like, people are dead or people turn their back on them. Like, what is that? Do if they in your clique, obviously.
There's nobody in my clique like this. And we have the Sullivan group chat. Everybody's in there. We all doing positive things. We might have one that's slacking more than one another.
I mean, while you're when you're inside.
Oh, inside.
And someone gets no letters and they just
that happens all the time. That happened to me. Like all these people that say is your friends and your family. That here's your Christmas card, birthday card, all or whatever, and just passed me. Like, I said, damn, all these people that I was running with outside, you
get the daughter support, obviously.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because
I took a hiatus when it came to writing him letters. I can be honest and open with that, and I am sorry for that on all fronts. Life is.
You shut him down?
Not that I shut him down. I just wouldn't write him as frequently as I should have.
Teenage life, whatever.
Yeah, so I could have played more of a part when it came to making sure that he felt loved and he knew that he had support, but I slacked in that department.
And now, to piggyback off that, I know how that feels of being home and not contacting people because I'm so caught up with Barber, my wife, and home stuff.
So you got friends that you still try to help out?
Oh, no. All my friends are home except one guy that I haven't been back to the penitentiary since. I have one guy, JR, he's on his 40th year already, man, getting hit at the board. And this guy got a master's degree and everything. But, right now, and I feel bad. I just don't have the time, like right now. Like I'm so busy, to do things. But like, look at my dad. He passed away on the 25th. Sometimes I forget to call him, and I called him on her birthday, the 24th. I said, hey, Dad, you know what? We're going to come to Florida to see you. And he was so excited and all that. He was so happy. He said, yeah, what do you want to eat? I'm like, all right. And I didn't know this man because me and him didn't have a relationship. And then, doing the penitentiary, and he was living his life, his best life. And my mother said, oh, your father left when you was 2 years old, and that's how I left it. Mom's was my road dog. So I didn't give him a chance. But now when I came home giving him a chance, he was a good man. And now, I said, we're going to go see you. He left the next day. That's why I say life is precious.
That's
bro.
great.
You know what I mean? So that's why I said 25 years later, 11 years going to this parole board and getting the love and support with these letters from my family. And it all worked out, man. And I'm here today. I'm telling you, I don't care.
Let's shut down the jail part of this. What is that 25th year parole, I don't know, 2 months. Like, do you know when you're going to parole?
No, you just know you sentenced to 25 years, right? And in your 25 years, you are scheduled to go in front of a parole board, which is like this. You here sitting here, the people.
And what
here.
is the timeline?
The timeline with what?
You going to parole tomorrow?
No.
Or they tell you when you go in 3 weeks.
No. You know because it's on your statement. It's on your it's a piece of paper.
So it could be May 5th and it's
Yes.
January. You know it's May 5th.
You know,
Okay.
you know when you sentence it on your paper. It tells you you're going to the board in such and such.
25 years?
Yeah, whatever date it is, April 1st or
So you're
whatever.
looking at that April 1st of 25 years?
Yeah.
Get the fuck
Damn.
out of here.
What do you? No, but I'm just saying.
Why haven't put that there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, you know,
That is so.
yeah, it is. That's the
That
way it
is
is.
so
But you know,
fucked
you
up.
don't look at it. You
I
get
know,
the same,
no.
but you put it away and then
You get used to that
time-
shit already, man.
Yeah,
Fuck that
now
thing.
when the time comes, and then now that's why I said 11 years prior to me going, I said to myself, I said I got a daughter. She's getting older. My son is getting older.
So
My
you
mother.
Snapped out of the bullshit. Yeah.
I snapped out of it. You know, when I came out of the box from doing tattoo, I did 6 months in the hole for tattooing. Yeah, for tattooing. And I was making so much money. It was crazy.
6 months.
Yeah. And then coming out, I was going to go see my mother. My mother was going to come to Auburn to see me, and she didn't make it. She passed. You know what I mean? And like that shit, another blow. And I was, you know, literally, I didn't tell.
You just said it was a road dog.
That was my.
Do you how does the go to the funeral thing work? Did you go?
Oh yes, I did, and I wasn't gonna go. That's
does
how I was
that
gonna
work?
get to because when I heard she passed, I was gonna, you know, we set it up with the superintendent. Yo, listen, this guy's mother passed away. He wants to get down there to the funeral. Okay, cool. But I wasn't gonna go because I was gonna kill myself. I was gonna jump off the balcony off in Auburn into my brother Igor, one of my brothers. That he said, yo, no, you're gonna go. I can't go see my mother if she dies today. And he talked me off the ledge because I couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know if I was going to ever see the streets, and now that my mother's gone.
Whoa. Time out. This is why I love this show, because things like this need to be said. You know, things like this need to be faced. How much? Okay, out of the 20, when did she die? From what year in? 10 years in? 15 years in?
Yeah, well, almost towards the end of my them.
Almost towards the end.
Yeah. She died.
She died in 2004.
2004.
And you had how many years left?
Yeah, man. And I had a few years left. You know what I mean? But it was just.
So you were at the point of suicide.
Yeah.
That is so fucked up.
That's my mother. Like
I'm so
she
sorry
was,
to hear that,
she was my everything. Like she was she was amazing. She was the best mother to me anyway. I know she wasn't the greatest
in
jail. Like she
No
would try,
judgment.
but she knew it was her time because she took, you know, she spent time with her. She did a lot of things, but you know, and it kind of hurt me. But God talked me off the ledge, and I went. So my family was there. We sat there. She came. My son came. We, you know, and I kind of regret because I didn't want to see her like that. They did a bad job with her, and that wasn't her in the end. So I was like,
Yeah, I didn't look anything like that.
so
The day was completely traumatizing for me, him, everybody. But
yeah. So
Whole process.
it was so now like when my dad died, I told her, I said, listen, my dad died. I don't want to go see him. I'm glad he got cremated and whatever the case might be because I don't want to see nobody else like that.
do you want to be cremated?
Yes,
Okay,
1000%.
Good. I like
keep that in mind. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's because I'm pretty sure you wanted her to see you free, and she didn't get to see that, and I'm pretty sure that was part of the feeling.
And that's the thing because I was always.
You was almost there.
I was there, and I'm like, even when I was a kid, like, Mom, you want something to store? Mom, like she was my everything. So me being out here now, but I know she's looking over me and making sure she know I'm out here doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And I know
Keeping
she's
him
proud
on the
of me,
right
you know what I'm
path,
saying?
that's for sure.
That's beautiful. All right, I want to get to that. Whatever day, April 1st, you wake up. It's go time. Letters are being sent. Family supporting. We have a letter.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yep.
So describe this letter and the situation.
Well, okay, so
The whole thing about the parole board, because they
25 years is up. I'm going to see my first parole board. I'm preparing myself a couple of months prior. So I tell everybody, yo, sisters,
support. I
Kim,
need
Daddy,
support.
I need support.
all hands on deck.
All hands on deck. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Sounds fucked up.
So,
I'm sorry.
No, it is all hands. And they were all with it. They all got letters written up, ready. Boom, boom, boom.
Teachers, the priests, whoever.
Everybody, all
Bring
the teachers in
everybody.
school.
Guys, the bodega.
Let me-
I was just gonna say that.
Yo, let me tell you something. So it all worked out. Boom. And So I get to the parole board. My counselor, walks me through it. Like, you're going to walk in, you're going to sit down, you're going to do this, and all your letters. So all the letters are sent to them. I don't bring the letters.
Gotcha.
The letters are already there. So he sits there, he's questioning me, like, yo, I see that you have not got in trouble in 11 years. How did you do it? What are you doing? If you get released today, would you go to anger management? I'm like, yeah, of course, and this and that. He said, I see you have letters here for your, character letters. I said, yeah. I see we got Kimberly, we got Dorothy, we got this person, Lance. I said, yeah, those are my sisters. He said, I have one particular letter that I want to read to you today, and it was this one.
Take it away, baby.
I remember sitting down on the bed trying to write this letter. It was extremely hard to put my life on a piece of paper, but here's to you, Dad. Mm-hmm. Dear Dad, and to whomever else it may be reading, I am 19 years old now, and I turned 20 in October. In all my years of living, I can count on my hands how many times I've seen my father in person. It was a bit easier when I was younger. My grandma Pat, his mom, just her, may she rest in peace, she would take me, and then she died. I lost an amazing grandmother, along with the ability to see my dad as often. You see, it costs money to to see him. Ooh, I can't breathe. Hold on, give me a second.
Take your time. I'm already fucked up.
You see, it costs money to visit, and money in my home has always been tight. My mom did the very best she could. She always has. My mom would take me when she could, and those 6 hours I spent with my father, I held on to them, because when I would leave the prison, when I had to say goodbye to my dad, time and time again, I would cry for days. My mom hated to see me that way, so she let time pass before seeing him again. Lots of time. I am not a mama's girl. Me and my mom fight like hell. In my heart, I am a daddy's girl without her dad. I longed for my dad all my life, literally all my life. He got sentenced when I was still in my mom's tummy. There wasn't a graduation I didn't want him at, wishing that I could see him in the audience next to the rest of my family with tears in their eyes. There wasn't a birthday that came and went where his presence would have been a true gift, although he never failed to send a birthday card. When I turned 18, I cried so much because I was growing up without him. I'm almost an adult, and he missed the things that in my life that gave me personality, the things that made me happy. He missed it. And I let him down. I let my life consume me, and I stopped writing him letters. So here's to you, Dad. I am sorry. I am so sorry I let you down. Even from the inside of jail, you never for a second stopped being an amazing father to me. Living without you is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I miss you so much all the time, and when I think of you, I can't help but cry because I want to know you, but I don't. This is a pain that I cannot bear. You may have missed some key moments in my life, but I won't hesitate to fill you in once you get out here. Every day I have missed you my whole life, and I don't want to miss you anymore. It doesn't matter what age we are when you get out, because I will always be Daddy's little girl. I know true strength and patience because of you. I had to be strong my whole life and never let anyone make me a statistic. I had to be patient because I knew one day we could be each other's very best friend. I love my amazing, strong, wonderful father, and I cannot wait to know him, the real him, and all that he has to offer. Respectfully, Sean's only daughter.
So,
Woo.
Continue with the, did they read the letter the same way?
Yes, they did. Same word for word. And they saw me the way I was. They saw me crying. They knew that I had remorse in this whole situation, that I took someone's life for $5. You know what I mean? And it took me 25 years to make that up. I can't bring him back, but I can make what's good now with my family. You know, I can't bring him back, but I'm not God. I can't judge him for who he was because he did crack, whatever. I took his life. You know what I'm saying? I had no right to do that.
Did you ever think about the impact that had on his family?
Yeah, and that's what I didn't in the beginning. Yeah, I didn't care about nothing else. But then now, as older, yes, I do. I'm like, damn, you know, he could have been anything. He could have changed his life the next day. I don't care if he was on drugs, but I did. You know, it was just the worst mistake in my life.
All right, but I know what, and I told Pito the same thing. don't let anyone call you a criminal. Don't let them call you a murderer. Don't let them, because you know what? There's a system in place.
Yeah.
For what you did. You served your time. Since you've been home, you've been doing great things. You've been a great dad, great husband. You go to work every day. You impact a lot of people. People think a haircut is just a haircut. No,
yeah, man, that change lives, man. Make them, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You make your videos. You're a funny dude.
Yeah.
So you know what? Don't let that.
The stigma of being something like that.
Like you said, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because technically, you got two bodies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And did that come up in the parole?
Yeah, they came up and they said, oh, you had this one in 89, you have this one. How many other bodies is out there? So I thought I was mixed feeling like, these guys are not gonna let me go. You know what I'm saying? But they said that's when they came with the letter afterwards. And they told me all these things because they professionals. They know who's got remorse. People go in front of the parole board and
they
be
can
like,
read that shit.
They can read through this shit, man. They fucking professionals, bro. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, man, that I'm so grateful. That's why every day it's a blessing for me being outside of those walls. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never. And it's not that, when they catch me, they got to kill me. There's nothing going to happen. So when I came home, to the parole board, the letter, everything closed, send you back to your cell. I was in green at the time because I was short. I waited like a week for the letter to come in the mail. And when the letter comes around in the mail, you get the thick one, you got appeal papers. If you got the thin one, you most likely you made it. And I made it. And I was excited, but I wasn't because I was afraid. And I don't tell it to everybody. I was afraid to come home because I said, damn, electricity, light, cars, everything is so different. This is what I know. And I'm saying juggling food and doing these things in the penitentiary. How am I survive? You know how I survived? Her.
Before we get to that, I got OCD. I need everything needs to be timed out. So, okay, let's go. Let's stick to this letter real quick. Letter's read. Okay, goodbye. Go back to your cell. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
You get the thin envelope, like you said. Now you know I made parole.
Yeah.
Do you get a date?
Yes, you get a date 2 months.
2 months.
If it's your first parole board, you get a date 2 months, 3 months. No, 3 months. I'm almost 2 to 3 months after your parole date, parole board.
What are those 2-3 months like?
Knowing that you made it.
No, everyone knows you made
it. No. I'm just saying,
right?
knowing that you made it is long, because it's like you preparing to go to society within months. So I set up with the dough fund. I set up all these things to go, get my life together because this place is like a work program. So it's hard.
So you're preparing.
Preparing.
They helping you?
Oh no! What? Who's helping? No.
I thought the jail was like, hey,
nobody. You can't
take some numbers. Get the CDL, whatever.
No. You know who help us? Convicts, other people, other prisoners. Like, because the guy told me, he said, listen, if you get out, get in touch with these people.
The dough fund.
Yeah,
I would like
jail's
to say,
not going to do nothing for you. Now they doing it now more so when the parole officer in prison be like, yo, we recommend you go here.
So you pretty okay. So fast forward. What is the morning of your release date? Who's out there to get you?
My sister Kim, and my sister Dottie.
Is it like the movies?
Yeah,
the gate opens and everyone's there.
Yeah.
Holy
shit. Yeah.
Not that I want to know, but
no.
I just want to know that is that a feeling?
Yeah, because when the night like when you sleep and you got to go to the front of the facility.
Please tell me you were there.
No, I was actually waiting for him at the place.
Yeah, at the place. They had a surprise for me.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother video that we did that one of my other friends edited. It's a beautiful video. So when I got out and my sister was there, they picked me up. They drove me back to Queens. I didn't go straight to the shelter because they did this whole party for me. So they waited for me back there. So when when I got to the house, they came up. They had their little gifts. My cousins.
What's the free hug like?
Oh man, that
I
was.
have a video
What's the
of it.
free
I have a
hug?
whole entire video
Yeah,
of the first hug
yeah.
outside,
And you know
and
what?
we're
I'm
in
gonna need
tears.
that for the promo.
And I will definitely give it to you. I have it on my phone.
Yeah. That'd be
Let's
good.
do that.
Yeah,
It's
no, we can
so
send it to you. We
crazy.
got
It is.
it because it was
I
like
need that promo. You know what
no,
I'm saying?
that moment, that moment of touching her and just crying, and my sisters was there, and like my brother was there, everybody, all my nephews.
It was him outside. Like, it was so
was
surreal.
crazy.
Felt
It's
crazy.
like, let's go to McDonald's.
No, it's so crazy because we
Whatever.
You want pizza?
Yo,
That's what you got, right?
Yeah, we
Oh,
got,
pizza.
because my sister Kim and them said, yeah, we stopped at some pizza place. We ate real quickly. It was so amazing. We got the
You
car.
ain't had pizza in 25 years.
Yeah, no, we had the gel sliced pizza, man. The little,
Oh, okay.
shit, ain't nothing, no real shit. But but it was so great. And then she had a little phone for me. My nephew Brandon had clippers for me, and like it was like crazy. It was so much excitement, man. It was just out of this world that I had my first pair of clippers and stuff.
Then we sat around and told
I came
stories.
out in all black.
That's all you can do.
My
That's all you can do.
Yeah, my nephew brought me some like black Timbs because when you get home, when you about to leave, you can order clothes and send it to the package room. So when you get released,
Gotcha.
so when you get there, you could get out of those greens and change. That's like when you take those greens off and you put in them
You
black.
ain't got him stashed? Like a trophy?
No, hell no.
I don't want that shit.
No.
All right, so let's okay, so what's the name of this? I don't want to mess up the name.
Dough Fund.
The Dough
Dough
Fund.
Fund.
Yeah, the
Even
Dough
I want to give like a shot. Like, I love the Dough Fund and what they did for my dad, and I recommend that to literally any person who knows anybody incarcerated to go and use the Dough Fund to their extreme ability, because they help you with
What is
absolutely
What is it
everything.
exactly?
Okay, so the Dough Fund is a shelter, but it's a work shelter. They in Brooklyn. They in Porter in Brooklyn. They in different parts. I think they have 3 of them, and you can live there for a year. You can work for them, and I worked in Brooklyn Bridge Park for a whole year. Paid no taxes on the money they give you, and you put away money. It's called extra savings and mandatory savings. So when you get released from this facility, you get that money.
Is that not crazy?
Let me tell you something. I didn't care.
Structure.
It was structure.
It's so
Listen,
perfectly built.
I did not care who see me sweeping the streets. I didn't care. I was free.
fuck? I don't give a
I was
shit.
free.
I'm cleaning
And
up.
I was in Brooklyn Bridge Park. It was so beautiful, you know what I mean? And then it was just amazing. So I had it was just, so I did a whole year there. But before in between that time, I met my beautiful wife today, and I didn't tell her I was there. When I met,
Said he had roommates.
yeah, I met her on this Zeus. I met her on a Zeus app, and then we started talking. I said, yo, Zeus is like a dating app. So I said, yo, call me. I can't get the message. So I called. We talking, laughing, and all that. And she said, what's that noise back there? I was like, we got roommates. And I'm like, I'm freestyling now. And then she's like, okay, so, can we hook up? I said, we went out and, we went on a date.
So this is a dating app.
It's a dating app.
Dating, got you. I just want to make sure we understand.
Right, so I got hooked up with that, and she said, yo, come out to Queens. She was in Ozone Park. She said, I took the train. She was in her little Ultima.
He hated the train.
wait,
He
give me-
hated the freaking train.
The train is better than jail.
Yeah, I know.
How you hate the train?
No, I don't. I'm
But
not
wait,
a
let's
fan.
go back. Let's go back because I want the people to and me and I want them to understand. Is this the dough fund? Is it curfew or you
Yes,
free? And so it's
curfew. It is 10 o'clock.
You had to go visit before.
Yeah,
What time?
yeah. Before 11, 11 is the latest.
So you made sure. Okay, so okay, continue. I just want to paint the picture.
Yo,
okay?
that is the picture, So that was the thing.
Yeah.
So like and
Said,
then,
let's go out at. I mean, try 10. No, 10 is not good. Terrible time.
no, we met early. Today. She said, yo, meet me by the Chinese place. I'm like, are we taking me to the Chinese place for a date? Like, what we doing here? And we went to this place, CJ's, and it was right where she lived at. And we stood out all night. And so if you stay out all night, I used to pay people, like, yo, if I'm staying out, I paid one of the counselors, like, yo, listen, I'm gonna be late tonight, man. You know what I mean? So he make sure they didn't take my bed or whatever. So we stood out. It was pouring down rain. I'll never forget it. And we went to this restaurant, CJ's. We ate. We had whatever we had. And yo, she pulled out this picture on her phone. She said, "Oh," and she was in a cop uniform, and I'm like, yeah.
So the app pictures were just cute pictures.
Yeah. Her sexy time pictures.
Sexy time pictures.
Yeah, with both keeping secrets.
But what made you show that picture to him?
I don't know.
We'd actually been talking for a little while, and I never brought it up of what I did for a living. It's just not one of those things that I just flaunted.
And just for the people, What do you do for a living?
I'm retired now. But I was a federal law enforcement officer.
Federal law enforcement officer on a dating app with this fucking 25-year gangster.
But I didn't know. I didn't know at first.
Okay, gotcha.
I didn't know about him, and he didn't know about me. And
Opposite worlds.
Secrets were kept.
It wasn't really. It was just like
Wait. See, that good point to that. Secrets or didn't come up.
We just didn't get to that point.
Okay,
Yet.
yeah.
We were just talking about everything.
Yeah,
you know?
talking about bullshit. Yeah.
So then we went on our date, and then I said, "Well, all right, let me tell this guy what I do." I just didn't like to tell people.
You know what?
That.
Does it intimidate
not to
people?
digress.
Yeah.
Good point. Because not to digress, but why is it that cops, COs, whatever, feds or whatever, do you have to keep that tight because you're judged or people think that you're gonna lock them up or like what? I feel that a lot of my close friends they don't do it to me, but I see that law enforcement period they ain't out there like showing off. They
Some
keep
are.
Some are.
because they
But not-
ain't
I was
getting no
never
ass in
like that.
high school, so now they're trying to get that.
But she was never like
I
that.
was never like that. Like I didn't define myself by my job. That
Okay.
was just some people do.
Thank God.
Some people
do. Some do. Some don't. Some
Right.
hide it.
Right. So it was just something that doesn't come
Yeah.
up in the beginning, but it will
So
come
describe.
up soon.
So when did that picture come?
So we were sitting there talking, and I was like, well, let me tell this guy. I said, by the way, this is what I do for a living, and I showed him a picture of me in uniform. And
Were
he
you
was like,
freaked out?
Yeah.
You're not NYPD.
No, but I wore a uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I really-
She's customs, like so people to come with drugs across the border, she's there to get you.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, but he held it together.
He
I
played
didn't
it
know
off cool. He
Did
played
it
it off cool.
I didn't know that he was like, oh shit, like.
Yeah,
But-
I had this blank face. I won't see her again, maybe. And it wasn't that because me being in jail and she's who she is. When she find out who I am, and she's
What's
like,
gonna happen?
Yeah, exactly.
And how far along are we? This is still early. Weeks,
That
days.
was like our first date.
Yeah,
but
first
we've
date.
been chatting for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, he called me the next day, and when we parted ways, I was like, he's gonna call me tomorrow.
Period.
And he did, and then we just continued, and at some point, I don't even remember when you dropped it on me that you were in the shelter.
Dropped the
and,
ball.
Yeah.
You know,
Plus the time, because I lost my bed and all that stuff from hanging out with her, and I was like, I had to tell her like, yo, why I keep losing my bed? And I had to go give urine to get back in the building and all that stuff, and then she was okay with it. She was like, all right,
So you actually told her
yeah,
yeah.
the whole story.
the whole story.
Two bodies, 25 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's
No,
more like
actually,
increments.
Yeah, increments.
More and more would come
Slowly.
out.
listen, it was it wasn't a lie. It wasn't the truth
He didn't
neither.
hit you all with everything,
Not with
which is
everything
good.
at once,
Which is
right.
good. You don't want that.
He fed
Yeah,
me spoonfuls.
yeah,
so I was like,
It wasn't a lie, but it wasn't the whole truth.
It wasn't the whole truth.
So
But it's okay.
what? Obviously, the conversations are going great. At any point, did you say, I can't be dealing with this fucking guy?
Actually, no, I didn't because
You go based on character.
yeah, I mean, I remember a time maybe like 10 years ago, I met someone who had done some time in prison, and at that time I was like, I don't know. But now I'm older, and I realize that you have to take a person at face value for their character. Like, and I thought that he was really nice. I thought he was, interesting, and he would talk, and he would listen, and that's important. And I was like, what you did is compartmentalized back here. We're going to move forward. Yeah. And that's it. And then we just took it from there.
And they're great for each other.
We are a good
Yeah.
team.
We a team. We a team. We definitely, we had our differences. We had split up, because me being on parole, she's an officer. The gun in the house. The paroler said you can't have a gun. She had to go get a letter, leave the gun at the job. It was just a lot, and then it kind of like had us at each other's throat. Like, damn, you know what I mean? But then she said, listen, we will revisit this again, and we split up, and then we wound up seeing each other again.
Did you split up because the parole was too much?
There were a lot of things.
It was a lot of
I'll
things.
be totally honest. I mean, I felt like
You could have gave up on this shit.
I just didn't know where, like, the stability, like, what kind of, like, if he was gonna, like, go back to prison, be a recidivist,
Yeah.
what opportunities he was gonna have in the world. What opportunities do most people have after doing 25 years in prison?
Right.
It's
Not
not
much.
like you can go and get a corporate job or be a doctor or a lawyer. Like, what is your
Yeah,
life gonna be like?
because your shit is together. You got your pension.
Yeah.
You got your nice fucking. You know, you doing amazing.
I did 25 years myself.
That was dope.
Yeah, yeah.
And I told him, I said, everybody's in their own prison in a way. You know what I mean? I was like, I hated that job, but that's a different story. But,
Yeah.
So I was like, what kind of stability? I'm old. You know, we're older. We're in our 50s. You know,
No, you
so
had
it's-
legit questions.
I didn't know. I was like, can I be with somebody who may not have much, who may not be able to find his place in this world?
No, because they're gonna the background check bullshit is so fucked up.
Of
You're
course.
gonna get. Thank God he has a job that.
Yeah.
You know.
But her job more so, they do background checks. They be like, they want to know the neighbors. They want to know their phone number. They want to know who you dating. They are hard on that shit. So
How long did parole? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, so like, you know, I had to get a letter from his parole officer to my job about my weapon, and it was a lot.
What kind of weapon you had? They had that Glock.
I had a Glock.
Hell yeah.
But
Glock.
before that, I had a Beretta.
Okay.
But like I said, I didn't know where he was gonna end up in the world.
Yeah,
But then there
it's
became
legit.
a point where I was like, you know what? Whatever he's gonna do, I'm gonna help him do it.
Hey, period.
You know, like, we do work well as a team, and he's helped me with many things, and I've helped him with many things.
Yep.
You know, I helped him get established and learn how to get a credit card and learn how to do certain things that he didn't have access to when he was behind bars. And you know, you come out.
Ain't nobody teaching that
It's
shit.
the luck
Nobody
of the draw
Nobody
who you
teach-
try
nobody
to
teach
meet
you that.
too. Because if he would have met some other type
Some
of person,
hoochie.
Hoochie mama.
you know, some other type of person, then
I would not
his
grow.
trajectory might have been totally different.
Different,
Absolutely.
yeah. And that's why I said, she said, yo, here's my first Capital One card. It's $500 on it. Work with that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I was stunned.
Yo, man. I you know what?
And they travel together and they
Yo.
see
You the real
lots
one,
of
bro.
places.
Well, we
You're a
went,
real one,
yeah, man. We traveled the world, man. We traveled. Went to
Renee,
Jamaica. We went
Renee,
here. We
you
went to
are a
Latin.
real one, man.
She a real one,
That's
right?
yo. That shit ain't.
And we got married, and we decided when we say, you know
Hey,
what?
you married this nigga?
Yeah, man.
Almost 5 years.
After parole, right? Or still parole?
No.
But let me tell him about parole. And
Oh,
how
the parole.
that works.
Yeah,
They came
that.
to the wedding?
No.
Oh, my
'Cause,
God.
So after with the whole married thing, because my parole was coming up, I had a 3YD. It was the first 3 years on parole. So we had to get letters again to get me to go to front of another board to say I could get off parole. So she wrote a letter, because being that she was an officer, she holds a lot of credit, just like
Hell
that letter.
yeah.
So her letter was so powerful in regards to, like, you know, he's with an officer, he's doing this, he's doing that. Her other friends helped out, and
Fuck parole. You got a parole sleeping in your bed.
yeah.
I'm on his ass.
so
Don't worry about it.
when we submit,
He ain't doing nothing stupid.
when we submitted all this paperwork, and then my PO called me. She said, "You know what?" She said, "Did you call the office?" I said, "No." She said, "You off parole."
Ooh, nice.
My first 3YD. So my first 25 years I was home, and my thing because of her with the letters and the power behind the letter. Same way. It's like, it was crazy, man. And so I'm free. I'm free. I could do whatever I want. I can go wherever I
No
want.
matter where you come from, you can succeed, brother.
That's right. And this is why I wanted this story, when I did the story the first time, which it didn't drop, which is okay, because I wanted to get this story out to people that it can happen. If you did this, you can change, man. You can to the kids out there. Prison's not the way. You know what I'm saying? If you're in jail or you're coming home, you can make this shit work, bro.
It also is who you surround yourself.
Surround yourself by. Yes,
'Cause
that's
again,
true.
He could have came out and he could have went a totally different way. I'm not saying that I take full credit for his success, but it helps when you have somebody who's on your side trying to help you and let them help you as well.
And that we're gonna call y'all niggas the come home clique. You know, you, Pito, you know.
Yeah, man, we are,
Ice
man.
and the rest of y'all.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
that-
I love
that
them all,
that
man. I
that
love
I'm
'em.
looking forward to meet, by the way.
Yeah,
Pito
yeah.
already told me, you know, and I hope you come. His first pool party, you know,
Yeah.
get together because
Yeah, he been asking me too. I got to go. Yo, I apologize I didn't get to you, man, but I will be there. Me and my wife will be there. My guy Pete, we love you,
but,
man.
the thing is, man, this story, you know, thank you for checking out that episode.
Yeah, that's what led me here, man. I saw him, and I was like, and I listened to what he's saying. Everything he said was 1,000% true.
Let's give a quick shout out, by the way, to Pito. How did you meet him, and what was your relationship?
We just in travels. You know what I mean, through someone else.
I want to touch on the Spanish black white thing. Is it because y'all was Spanish? It's automatic?
No,
because that's bullshit. Not bullshit, but it's not as serious.
It's all the people who you know. Like me, I was the hit barber. Tattooist, so everybody
know you.
They're like, yo, Sean, you coming out for a cut? Yo, I'm coming out of shop. They know me as that. I mean, so Mary Machete, all these people that I met through my travels, and they knew him, and like we go into a court, you're like, yo, that's my boy Sean, whatever, you know what I mean? And they used to call me Face back then because at the time my name was SeandaBarber because I cut hair, but I left all that alone when I left prison. I left that Face. Scarface was my name. My name was Face always, but then my mother, when I got cut, she said, listen, you can call yourself Scarface now. And I'm like, so everybody like they either Scar or it's Face. I'm like, yo, you know what? Just call me Face. And then when I left prison, I wanted to leave everything behind. So my government name is Sean, SEAN. So I just say, you know what? I just keep like that. I don't want to.
He does correct people too. Sometimes they'll say, hey, Face. He said, no, I'm Sean.
No more. That's it.
So that's how me and you came like I said, thank you for watching that episode and giving me a call because
I DM'd you and let you know like, yo, I want to get down with that because whatever happened to my last podcast, that's a whole nother story. But I want everybody to know. I don't care if he puts his podcast out tomorrow, you put it out there. It's a different audience. I want everybody to know that this can happen to anyone. That mistake that changed my life. 25 years for $5, and it was the principle at the time, you know what I mean? But now, like, yo, I regret it, you know what I'm saying? But now I make up for it. I'm saying I got my beautiful daughter, my wife, my kids, my grandkids. I'm home, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, like Pito said, we got 2 brand new cars sitting outside. We got a little house down the block, whatever that, but that's materialistic things. I'm free, and I can buy ice cream.
All right, that's his sign off. What would you like to tell a young girl that
shit? No, that is hard. I know I've met a lot of young women.
What message would you like to sign off with as far as obviously if there's a real dad out there that's a piece of shit and he don't deserve that what you did for your dad, but regardless of that, whoever's in your situation, 5, 6, 7, 10, and had to deal with that. What would you, any positive, or just anything, or however you want to sign off. Maybe thanking your dad, maybe thanking Renee. Whatever.
I do want to thank my dad. I want to thank Renee too for putting up with him and keeping him on. But
I'm a bit much.
I definitely want to say thank you to my dad because he chose his path when he came out here. He chose the right one. He could have did a bunch of other shit. Like, he could have went completely wrong, and he chose to love me and love his family. So I want to thank my dad every day for making that conscious decision to be like, yeah, no, I'm going to leave all that behind me. And for the young girls who have a parent incarcerated, I know how hard that is, and I'm really sorry, but it does change. It does get better. It does, it can be successful. It does not have to end in somber. It doesn't have to. I always felt like it wouldn't be this. I wouldn't get this. Because, 25 years seems like such a long time. So it seems so far out of reach. And it's not out of reach. Yeah. It's possible.
And I'm so grateful that you're here today because you are part of my story. You wasn't there the last one. My wife was there, but Renee was there. And I'm so glad that you came out. Because this was very important that, and to introduce it to my family, like I said, so I really take this really personal, so she's here, and I thank you too. We don't see each other every day. We live in 2 different parts of the boroughs, but I love you no matter what. If you don't hear from me every day, I'm thinking about you always this. So we just want the best for you, and my wife wants the best for you. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you choose to do with your life, man, as long as it's the positive way, and we all good, man.
Beautiful. It's your turn. What would you? Because you did some crazy shit. If you was my mom's, and I said this to Pito when he was like that, him and the church girl got together, and she knows nothing about jail. In your case, it's different. You was putting people in jail. Hello, hey, it is what it is. The fuck. what is that motivation? You know, what can you say to people that are gonna stigmatize and not give a chance to someone like that?
I would say that that's just absolutely wrong. Everybody deserves. I think my exact words were, everybody deserves a second chance. You know, now if you mess that up, that's on you. But he didn't. You know, he's a success story for sure. He is a great father. He's a great grandfather. Mm-hmm. He's a dog and cat father too.
No, we got a shout out. What's the dog's name?
Well, the OG, triple OG was Nicholas. He's no longer with us. He passed on New Year's Eve. 17 years as a great mother, and I came in. Yeah, he was the old. So we have Brownie. That's our little man, and we have 3 cats, and we love him to death. And, you know what I mean? And that's what I would never thought. Like, damn, I come home, this dog is like excited to see me. I'm like, I'm not used to that.
They're pains in the ass, but
they are pain in their own way.
And I also want to add that, like, my mom lives with us, and she's older and she's sick, and he is a wonderful, wonderful stepson. My mother, like, he's just, you know, we all win. We all win here.
Yeah.
We all win here.
Yep. I'm a spoiler. I'm an enabler, bringing her donuts and all that stuff. And because she's a little bit, but that's my baby. I love her. It's like a second chance with my moms. I tell her, listen, you come live with us. I didn't have the opportunity to be with my mother to do these things for her, because at least I could do it for her, pick up things and help her so much. You know what I'm saying? And take her out shopping and stuff. You know, to get in the car, all this stuff. So I feel like I'm giving back to society.
The story is too good. I think y'all fucking with me, man.
Right?
This shit is amazing.
Where's the bad news?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
the bad news is 2 fucking bodies. That was the fucking bad news.
Listen, just because somebody was incarcerated doesn't mean they don't have a heart.
100%.
So that's what makes me love him. He has a heart.
Yeah, but I want to thank you guys, man, all of you, the team, man. Y'all wonderful, man. I really appreciate you guys being here today, man, and to get the story out there, man. Hopefully, man, I thank all of you guys ahead of time, man. To whoever watched this today, tomorrow, next week, man, I love you guys, man. Come see me, man. Corona Barbershop Plus. SeandaBarber in the house.
Shout out Dio.
Big deal. Let's go.
All right, my sign off is gonna be this. I started this show because I just feel that if you're not a celebrity, you're not a rapper. To me, it's a fucking cheat code. If you're a rapper and you start a podcast, yo, where you at? Pull up. Mm-hmm. Like, you can get that. We when I say we, I'm talking about all 5 boroughs. You know, I'm the voice of the Bronx, but you know what? I interview all boroughs. You know what I'm saying? So when I started this, I just wanted people's stories out there. You know, my last week interview was a business owner that was around for 10 years. Before that, it was Pito. Before that, it was the young lady that that had her own business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Alyssa. Yeah. So when people say, "Oh, what's your podcast about?" You know what's my podcast about? This. Life. Whatever.
Life.
People.
I don't give a fuck if you're a mailman. You know what I'm saying? If you got a great fucking jumped over the gate story, whatever. It doesn't matter. I gotta get people's stories out there, because no one's coming to knocking on our door to tell our story. Criminal, entrepreneur, your story of your life for 25 years in your job. You know, we all got a story, and I'm trying to put as many great stories out there. I got a lot of requests. You know, I got a lot of more stories coming. This is episode 16. Mm-hmm. And, 17, I'm working on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell that person's story. So
just keep going.
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep going. And I don't have see, when I first started this, I was doing it every Friday. It was on IG Live. So after the third or fourth Friday, I don't want to do this shit today. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I give myself, I was just here, 3 weeks ago. It might take 6 weeks for the next episode, because I'm not rushing interviews. I'm not rushing anything. So I say that to say this. Live with ABFIVE, episode 16, the voice of the Bronx, and we out. Thank you. You guys were amazing. Yep. You made me cry. I haven't cried. No, I cried twice. This is my second cry. But Renee, thank you. Talia, thank you. Sean, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
One love. Peace.